This is I Game Out Loud, and I want to talk about Highguard. You have to excuse me, I have my 2-year-old around me. I don't have anybody to watch him, so he may pop in every once in a while on this video while I'm recording. They laid off a large amount of their staff, their studio. We all assume it's because of the reception the game has received since it launched a couple of weeks ago. They started off with a bang, thanks to Jeff Keighley and the attention they received from the Video Game Awards. I mean, it was a good number they started off with, but the game didn't have a high retention. A lot of people joined, played, left, provided feedback in some cases. Other times they just totally crapped on the game. I mean, so's the world, so's the internet. That's how it works. But in this particular case, I feel like them releasing or laying off their studio, they're utilizing the user base dropping as an excuse, and it may have already been part of the plan. That's my conspiracy theory. That's my conspiracy brain working. Reason why I say that. You weren't going to get that many players on your first day, even that first week, shadow dropping. I don't believe so. Not with the game that you launched with. You were going to have a low player count. Anyway. Now, maybe there was a little bit of confidence. Dare I say arrogance? A little hubris. To believe that you were going to just shadow drop, and just, I guess, take the shooting world by storm with Highguard. I don't know. But considering that you let so many of your players go, I do think this is already kind of part of the plan. Maybe the percentages changed, so not as many were going to be let go, but you already had some plans anyway. So that's my perspective. Where do they go from here? Where does Wildlight go? Well, they had a bunch of content already created for the game, like a bunch of content. They had a year-long roadmap, and a decent percentage of that was already completed. So maybe they release some of that content at a quicker clip, or they continue on the path they wanted to go on. I don't know. But if you don't have the user base, you don't have the user base, and it's a free-to-play game, and they got to make some kind of money somehow, some way. And I don't know if they're really seeing a lot off of what they are providing right now. I gave my response to the Battle Pass, that the Battle Pass was a little weak. Wasn't much in there. There's not much outside of the game as far as progression or unlocking things. Just some cosmetics, but the cosmetics are pretty basic. You might get a new color on a gun. That's it. You get a new color on a gun. You might get green, might get red, but nothing that really alters the look. Not yet. And maybe they were just holding that for later on. Because again, maybe they were very confident. Maybe a little arrogant. Some hubris. And they believe that, hey, we'll have users later. We can save the good stuff for later. I don't know. Or what they felt was good stuff. Obviously, the reception. People saw what they had, and they didn't really like the art style and the direction. I don't know where Highguard is going to go. I like the game. I actually do. I think changing the loot section, like really doing a rework in that area, would be beneficial. Going out and finding guns, shields, and helmets, and ammo for your special weapons, like your rocket launcher or your hammer. Just feel like a waste of time. So maybe they need to rework that area. I already put out my idea. Change the whole area to currency. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say my idea. Change the whole area. Make it about currency during the looting phase. Not finding the weapons and finding your helmet and finding a saddle. Make POI sections throughout the looting phase. And put mechanics out there. Make it a capture the flag, bomb plant, however many arena game modes you can come up with, from Call of Duty or Halo, some classics. Look at Forge modes, plenty of originality there. Find some of those arena game modes and take some of those mechanics and put it out in the looting phase, right in the world, and have teams battle over while they're doing those mechanics. Destiny, Gambit, make it a Gambit type situation. Put some NPCs out there and have the NPCs fighting everybody, and just do something else in that space, and I think you'd be good. One of the things they said in their developer diary is they rely on their guns, their development of their guns. They know how to make things shoot good, and they do. The game feels good shooting. I have been feeling a little bit of stability issues here lately, but I like to play 5v5, and that's part of it. So you kind of gave us that warning already, so I'm not going to hold that against you. And maybe the biggest step that you need to take is just, what you can do is take the game down, go into some early access stage. I don't know if you can revert and do that. But you need to do something where you're telling everybody, hold up, this is not the game. We want to do some massive changes and bring the game back. However you announce it, however you handle that. Really go to the drawing board and figure out how to save this game. I like it. I want to see it succeed. Right now, it's just not doing a really good job at that. Anyway, this is iGame Out Loud. I just wanted to give a quick update there. I'm a little disappointed that so many people got laid off. I'm empathetic to it, whether they did a good job or bad job. I hate to see people lose their job, so I'm empathetic to it. But this is iGame Out Loud. You're speaking with Rufus Youngblood. Please share, like, and subscribe, and we out.